Hundreds of protesters in Peru's capital came out on the streets to demand the scrapping of a new law that describes transgender people, among others, as having a mental illness so that they can access health benefits. Around 500 demonstrators peacefully walked the streets of downtown Lima, hoisting banners with slogans that read, "No more stigma," and "My identity is not a disease."
Many years ago, gender identities stopped being considered pathologies. Yet, this assassin government intends to step over our rights. This is transphobic law. LGBT organizations will not let it do so. We will not allow this assassin government to step on our rights.
The law, which was approved last week by the government of President Dina Boluarte, specifies that those who identify as transgender, along with cross-dressers and others with gender identity disorders, are considered to be diagnosed with illnesses that are eligible for mental health services via both public and private providers. Critics of the law have argued that its update of the country's PEA's health regulations was unnecessary, since existing rules already allowed for universal access to mental health services.
This law is outdated. It comes from 1994 if I'm not wrong. The CIE-10 and the Ministry of Health have quote-unquote updated it. But it's an outdated law as it declares homosexuality as a disease, which is obviously out of the question.
Government officials have sought to chalk up the controversy as a misunderstanding. In a statement released shortly after the law was made public, the Health Ministry insisted that it rejects the stigmatization of LGBTQ+ people and that the legal language simply seeks to ensure more complete health coverage. However, despite the ministry's argument, the protesters were not persuaded, and some medical experts advocated for an amendment to the law.
What the Ministry of Health has done is just pass a law that people inside the CIE-10, which is a document from the WHO, have health coverage. So here people understand the Ministry of Health is treating as a disease gender identity. It's important to make this clear, but there are other things more important.
Meanwhile, diplomats of the European Union delegation and the Embassy of the Netherlands in Venezuela, along with the Equal Rights Coalition and members of the LGBTQ+ community, commemorated the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia and Biphobia. They repainted a rainbow-colored bicycle lane inaugurated 2 years ago by the United Nations Population Fund. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.